New paradigms require new thinking. And so we've got some shifts of 3 planets into air signs today. It's also a significant day with Pluto going into Aquarius. So I'll talk a little bit about all of that today. I am Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Saturday, January 20th, 2024. It's a big day because Pluto, outer planet Pluto, which doesn't change signs very often, it stays in a sign for many years, is going into Aquarius. Not for the first time, because it did go into Aquarius last year for a few weeks and retrograded back into Capricorn. But other than last year's dipping of the Plutonian toes into the Aquarian waters, we have had Pluto in Capricorn since 2008. Capricorn, remember, is about limitations. It is about effort, hard work. We have to feel our mortality. We have to feel our very real limitations in order to be able to grow as beings, as humans, to strengthen in our own skills and wisdom, and to grow our own spine, to learn self-trust, to learn how to stand on our own 2 feet. So we need to know what those limitations are. And that is ultimately the message of Capricorn. And especially, it's the water we've been swimming in with Pluto in Capricorn since 2008. So the experience of coming up against those very real limitations means that we learn how to strengthen the systems, the structures, the infrastructures, the institutions. Um, so for ourselves personally, as well as how we get along together in the world, because we're all here, we're all in this together, like it or not. So today is the big day that Pluto goes into Aquarius after its time in Capricorn. Someone asked me, does this mean we'll feel more free? Possibly, right? It is. It's a lighter feeling. It's more in the realm of ideas, of thinking, of mental processes, more so than the need to feel our physical limitations. Everything has its challenges, everything has its breakthroughs, its purpose, its reason for helping us grow and evolve. And so Aquarius will have that as well. But yes, it will feel different than Capricorn. And it may feel liberating. We may experience that freedom, or at least we will definitely get in touch with what that freedom looks like, feels like. We're going to get that taste of it, and we're going to feel that urge, that drive to create that freedom. So think about last year when Pluto went into Aquarius, and some of the things that came up last spring that were asking us really to step into what the future looks like. What kind of things do we want to get involved in to make a difference for humanity? When Saturn went into Aquarius, that was when the George Floyd, outrage showed up in the news headlines. It's not that these themes aren't there, right? It's not that the problems aren't there, but the awareness can shift around it. And so that is what we might be seeing more of with Pluto in Aquarius: more awareness, more sense of like, I could do something about this. What would that look like? How can I get involved? How can I make a difference? And we're going to do that from the place of our ideas and our thinking, which brings us to the theme for today. And by the way, If you missed my recent video on Pluto going into Aquarius and the significance of today, January 20th, 2024, definitely go check out my video on that. It became quite popular. And so it seemed like it is a topic that really feels relevant to a lot of people. So it was posted on Sunday, January 14th, and it's called The Significance of January 20th, 2024, Pluto in Aquarius. Great information in that video about today in particular, and also how what it looks like, what it means for us as human beings to be going through this transition from Pluto in Capricorn to Pluto in Aquarius. So not only is Pluto going into Aquarius around 4:50 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, what's that? 7:50-ish, 7:51, somewhere in there, p.m. And if you're in another time zone, you're going to have to do that conversion. It could be early on January 21st. So my time zone here is the Los Angeles Pacific time. Okay, and then not only is Pluto going into Aquarius, but the Sun, S-U-N, goes into Aquarius today as well. So shifting from Capricorn into Aquarius, that happens every year around this time. And so as the Sun goes from Capricorn into Aquarius, we start to see the glimmer of sunlight is starting to return, that sense of a vision for the future of what's going to happen. What will the year bring? How is that going to look? Starting to get some ideas, getting our thinking moving toward the future, orienting us toward the future rather than what happened last year, which we might have been thinking about more as we were heading into the winter solstice and the darkest time of the year. So now we're heading out of that darkest time of the year. Okay, into the light, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, these themes and qualities are still true, even though there's the paradoxical opposite seasons. Okay, anyway, different topic. But not only are the Sun and Pluto going into Aquarius today, but also the Moon goes into Gemini. So the Moon's been in Taurus for the last couple of days. And as the Moon goes from also an Earth sign into an air sign, shifting into Gemini, it takes us into the realm of the mental, the realm of thinking and ideas. So that is why today's theme is new paradigms require new thinking, because we are focused on and really opening the door today to that new thinking. And so you might be feeling some of the bumpiness of Pluto's time in Capricorn coming to an end. It will, of course, return to Capricorn later this year. So we're not done completely with Pluto in Capricorn, but we're going to enter this time period where we get a little bit more than our toes wet in the Aquarian waters. So Moon going into Gemini brings the mood of the day. The moon sign is the mood of the day. And so the mood of the day is curiosity, questioning. That is the energy of Gemini. It is exploring ideas. It is getting curious. It is enjoying the process of learning new things and investigating. So, so great time with all three planets going from earth signs into air signs today. It's really a great time to shift into brainstorming, journaling, writing of any kind. It's a good day to focus on writing projects you may have to do, or communication. Maybe there's a conversation you need or want to have with someone. Maybe there's an email you need to send, somebody to reach out to, connect with. So there's that moon, air moon energy as well, and really connecting with our minds, with words, with how we think about things, and really potent today to let go of thinking of the past and open to the thinking of the future. What's around the corner? What is coming our way? What is down the pike? And so when we can think or clear our minds of the old habits of thinking of the past and open to the thinking of the future, in other words, future thinking has to do with those ideas that have not yet occurred to us. And so it is opening a door, a breath of fresh air, letting in the new ideas, making space, clearing the way, clearing the clutter of old thinking, right? So if you notice, here's a problem in my life, here's what I worry about when I think about that problem, that is old thinking, right? Because your worry is a way of going over and over something that you think about that problem. It is not a way of opening to the solutions that come from the future where you have not discovered them yet. So it's really about what can occur to you when you get out of that cycle of fear and worry, of escalating negative thinking, fear-based thinking, worry, stress, anxiety. And so take care of yourself so that you can support yourself in letting go of any thinking that is not serving you. When you let go, just like when you clean your house, you clear the space, you open up. Oh, now something new can occur to you. Now there's space to bring in something new, right? When you clear things out of your house, you can bring in some new art, something beautiful, something you want to put there. And that brings in new energy, it brings in new ideas, new thinking, new possibilities. So we're going to let go of any old ways of thinking that don't serve us, even if you can do it for a moment by taking a deep breath, just asking, what would it look like if I wasn't worried about that? What would it look like? What would it feel like if that problem was solved? So what is the world going to look like if more of us are thinking that way instead of thinking about and going over and over and over the problems of the past? Let's open our minds to the thinking of the future and invite in new possibilities and new solutions, because the energies of the air signs support that. And especially the energy of the sea, the water we will be swimming in for the next few months. And then after, by the end of the year, we'll be in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius for the next 19 years. So uh, embracing that power of what is new. I'm Marina Orms. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I thank you so much for your support. And check out my website, astrologyheals.com. I will see you next time. I'm here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care. See you on the other side. Bye for now.